Hey guys, this is Mike from TechHog.com again, and today we're going to be talking about an app called Zapd, Z-A-P-D, and it is available on the Apple App Store. It's a relatively new app that allows you to create web pages directly on your iPhone, and you can actually create them on the web, which is actually going to be coming soon. The app is basically a picture sharing app that allows you to create miniature websites with really nice graphically designed themes, all for free. So let's go ahead here and we're going to run this in the iPad, simply because I want to show you guys that it runs in the iPad and how the websites look when you view them on a tablet as opposed to a phone. So this way you can kind of get an idea of how it's going to look. So as we boot it up here, first thing you're going to do is going to have to sign in and create an account. For that, all you're going to need is a username, email address, and a password. Once you get that, you can go ahead and start. You're going to come over here to your profile, and you can go ahead and put your name in, phone number, email address. You can link it to Facebook and Twitter if you want, and those will put buttons on the sidebar on the completed website if you choose to. They're completely optional. You can actually turn it off in one of the other settings, which I'll show you later. So again, I've created two websites already. One just generically called Photos, just has some pictures in it, and so you can kind of come back in here and see these and how the photos are arranged. But we're going to go ahead and create one from scratch real quick. So we'll come in, and these are your themes. And the nice thing is they actually give you 20 free themes to begin with. I believe they're going to start offering about a few more themes, but I believe you're probably going to have to pay for those as extras. But for right now, like I said, you have 20 themes, all different kind of settings that can kind of fit your events that you're going to be doing, weddings and photo galleries and things like that for babies and all kinds of fun stuff. So we're just going to pick this one here. It's just called Photo Gallery. And so you can kind of see how it has the title at the top. Your photos will be here. You can put a caption below them. You can even put a link title and a text box title. So it gives you some nice little options. So if we come in here, we're just going to come in here. I guess it's called Photos, so we'll just call it Photos. And we'll hit Done. Now here's where your text comes in. So if you want to call it text, the header where it says Photos, you could call that Mike's Photos, Tech Hog Photos, whatever you want to call your page is more or less the name of it. What we're going to call this is Fun Times. It may not even be that. And then the body is pretty much where you can put in a caption, something like, "Look at this." You're excited. Okay. So that is going to be in your header bars. So now, as long as you have photographs on your phone or your iPad or your camera roll, say that you've taken pictures with your iPhone, what you're going to do is you're going to want to go ahead and have some on there, and that's going to be your main resource. You really don't need anything else other than photos. So as you come in here, it's going to automatically boot you up to your camera roll, and you can kind of go through and find out what you want. I'm just going to use some iPhone or iPad photos that I've had stored on here that are pretty much generic. Here's a little Apple logo, and we'll just get this one here, and we'll call this one Apple. Done. I want to put another photo in there, and let's find this one here. We'll call this that. Add a title to it. Trees. Done. And you can keep adding more and more photos in here, as many as you really kind of want, just to fill it up. And remember, you can put captions on these, and you can kind of put a small description about them, whatever you're doing. If they're categorized, if it's someone's birthday, if it's an event, a wedding, you can kind of describe the event and what's going on at the top, and then just kind of put, funny, witty captions below each one. These hashtags over here that you're seeing, if you hold on to one of those, it allows you to drag them and rearrange the photos. You see how it pops up, and it's just a really simple little feature that you can rearrange your photos and stuff. Here's where I said you can add those optional title links if you decide you want to go ahead and do that. So once you actually pretty much have this, you can come into your settings here. Now, like I said, I mentioned that sidebar. If you want to have the sidebar on or off, you can turn it off right there. This is where you would actually delete the app if you decided you didn't want to have it anymore. You wanted the photos or bad memories or whatever the case may be. You can go ahead and delete it off of this page here. So we'll go back to edit. And that's really pretty much the creation of the site. Like I said, I'm explaining it to you, but you can actually create these things, add a few photos, and have a website up in less than a minute. It's really simple, and when they're finished, they look great. So now that you're here, next, let's say you wanted to say something to your friends. You can come in here and say, hey, check this out. Done. And from this, you can go ahead and put in someone's email address, and it'll email it out. And you want to hit preview. This is a preview. So there you go. If someone were to view this on their iPhone or Android device or Windows mobile phone, this is pretty much what it would come out to be looking like. In the preview, it's a little slow. And that's just because it's generated, but you can kind of see the graphical detail and the background that it adds to it. And this nice texture around here, so it kind of makes it look like a photo negative, a little bit of detail. Again, photos, it would say something different at that time. You can put your description would come in here. So if you don't want to email and you just want to publish it, you can go ahead and do that. So what we're going to do is you come in here to where it says publish, and as soon as you tap that, boom, your website's live. That's all it took. You'll notice in this little black box here, tap to view, there's the website address, we0.zapd.co. And that's all it really takes. If you tap that, it'll launch a web browser and bring you right to it. Now, because I'm on the iPad, it's going to boot the whole iPad web browser as opposed to the iPhone web browser. So in order to do that, I'm going to pull the camera back a little bit, but I'll let you guys see how that looks. Oops, let's go back. So as soon as you tap this, it is going to zoom out. And there it is. Looks just like it does on the iPhone. And so let me kind of put this down a little bit here for you guys to see. And you can see it scrolls much different when it's actually on the page itself. So it looks really nice when it's actually this large, and you can actually view the nice detail into it. But you'll notice that the header that it shows you is a little bit different, and that's because it's on a mobile version here, where it says Photos. If you come down to the bottom of the page, you'll notice down here where it says Non-Mobile. If you tap that, it's going to reload the page a little bit differently. So you can see how the header changed. And now over here is where your profile shows up. So if you had your address, your email address, your phone number, you can see where it says Twitter, it would have your Facebook account. It puts them all right there for you guys to view. And it changes the pages a little bit more, so it's a little bit more PC friendly for a browser. But that's pretty much it. You guys can create as many as you want. It's very simple. If we want, we can go back to the app here. And we'll put this back down. And we'll boot this back up. And if you go back, so here is your listing of your galleries, and as you can see, there is just a list. You can scroll up and down, you can view them, and it's pretty simple. Like I said, it keeps the list of where your address is. You can take that address, you can text it, email it, and send it to your friends, and they can boot it up in any mobile phone they have. And that's pretty much the app, guys. It's a really innovative, really easy app to use. You know, I can picture a lot of people using this instead of using Instagram, and sending this out and this, having multiple pictures with a nice background and copy and text to go with it to explain what's going on in a simple tweet as opposed to sending one photograph. So definitely check this out. It's free and it's amazing. So again, it's on the Apple App Store, free, and it's called Zapd. So I hope you guys enjoy.